JT and Phillip break it down from kickoff to the final slide. Every snap, every route, every block from the black and gold pride. Who rose up in the trenches? Who vanished when it counted most? They call out the heroes and the gaps, set the record, raise a toast. They map Sundays, filmed in next week's foe. Matchups, schematic stride. Which players inspired hope? Which ones need work to turn the tide? What the team needs, sharper hands, cleaner pass, protection, grit. What the team lacks, depth on key downs, time and lost where yards were split. Coaching choices under the microscope, personnel plans apply. JT and Phillip give the homework, Italians is how we'll ride. Get out your terrible towel and wave it with pride on game day wide. Listen to Steelers Rewind, Sunday prep for the faithful by your side. Yinzer's tomb, towels held high. JT and Phillip lead the guide. Sports 5-0, Steelers Rewind. Study the tape, then ride. JT and Phillip break it down from kickoff to the final slide. Every snap, every route.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Steelers Rewind, coming off of we're doing a special Tuesday night for you all because the Steelers played last night, Monday Night Football. We're all happy with the results of this one of their better games of the year. But before we get in, I'd like to talk about First Due Plumbing. Guys, it's that time of the year, man. You don't want frozen pipes. You don't want anything to be wrong with your plumbing. So you don't want to mess around with the freezing weather. It's already here, end of 2025. You want to make sure your pipes don't freeze. And if you have any problems with your toilet, your sinks, anything whatsoever, call the best in Pittsburgh. Call First Due Plumbing, and you can call them at 412-979-5402. First Due Plumbing, they are the best in the burg. They will take care of any needs that you have with your plumbing problems. Great sponsors here on Sports 501. I'm bringing one of our great sponsors on, and my co-host for the show. How you doing, Phillip?
Doing great. How are you, JT?
Good, man. Real good. How do you like that, man? 2 weeks in a row, 2 wins in a row for the Steelers.
It's like we're forgetting about that losing streak they had. It's like we're seeing good Steelers football. Are we forgetting about the bad football? Is that all in the past? Is this going to continue or what?
If you're a smart guy, you don't let the past just go away. But I am happy with the way they looked, man. I think this is the Aaron Rodgers that I didn't think we would get this year. He's starting to look very good. They're starting to use the middle of the field, which I appreciate because it's nice seeing these tight ends get some passes prior move. But let's go with this game. It started a little slow for the Steelers. I wrote an article this evening on it. Started slow, but the Steelers just seemed to really pick it up. Man, 4 touchdowns in a row. When's the last time we could say that that offense was moving like that?
It's beautiful to watch.
Besides Rodgers, which I know he had another brilliant game. I mean, he was 90% of his completions, whatever he was. He was phenomenal. 23 of 27, 224, 2 touchdowns. But let's talk about the unsung hero, man. I mean, this guy does the little things well. Gets big yards when we need it. He had a big fourth down catch when we needed it real bad early in the game, and that's Kenneth Gainwell. Can you
Oh yeah,
what can you say about him, man?
I'll tell you what a pickup, and he keeps getting better each game. It seems like more
I
reliable. His for every yard that he gains, he gets more as a receiver. I mean, he's just playing so well. He had 80 yards on the ground yesterday and 46 on as a receiver. Seven receptions, 46 yards, 13 carries, 80 yards. Part of that was a 38 yard run that he had, but I'll tell you what, JT, this is how they should have been playing all these games that they lost that they should have won.
I agree. I think we talked about it last week. I think there's only 2 games where they really didn't deserve to win the game. Other than that, I mean, they've basically been in every game. I mean, they haven't really.
The only game still that I think that comes to mind is the first game of the season against the Seahawks.
I thought the Chargers too. I thought the Chargers beat us pretty. They beat us pretty.
No, they should have still won that game too.
I think on paper we should have won that game, but
yeah.
I think that they beat us pretty good that game.
If the playoffs started today, they would be hosting the LA Chargers over at Acrisure Stadium.
I mean, I think we could beat the Chargers. I do. I think the weather. I think we're gonna have a nasty. We already have a nasty winter. I think.
Yeah.
Our cold temperatures already hit us a little bit earlier than it normally does. We usually get this in middle to late January, February. So we're getting that weather early. I think it's gonna help the Steelers if they match up against teams like the Chargers or a team that ain't used to it, like how Miami was. Chris, riddle me this. This is a good question. Why do the Steeler fans want Mike Tomlin gone? The Steelers are first in the division. Make it make sense. Chris, as the quick answer to this, the Steeler fans here are tired of it's been 9 years since the Steelers won a playoff game. 2016. People just are tired of the 9-8s, the 10-7s, and losing right away. I agree. I've been on the fence both ways. I've been a Tomlin backer up until this year, but I think, and riddle me this, Philip.
Yeah.
During that game, did you notice Mike Tomlin on the sideline? What we haven't seen all year. He was
pumped.
He
was into it.
He was very much into it.
He was last week too, especially at the end of the game.
He's starting to show some emotion again. I think that's how he gets the guys going, man. He was in Ramsey's face. He looked like the old Mike Tomlin, like the Tomlin that it looked like he was mean on the sideline, and had that look in his eyes.
And when he shows that type of behavior on the sidelines, the player's going to feed off that, and he feeds off all the good plays that they're making on the field. So, but Chris, let me also comment. Keep in mind, the Steelers are 8-6. They're first in the division because there are 3 other teams that are very weak in our division. Okay. I'm not saying that the Steelers are going to beat Baltimore the last game of the season when they come here to Pittsburgh, but the Steelers have to play Detroit this weekend. Then they got to play Cleveland up in Cleveland, which that's a game we can't just say, oh, they're going to win. It's just Cleveland. That's not true. They could lose that game. The Steelers will probably finish 9-8. I hope that they don't lose the next 3 games and finish 8-9. But I see them finishing 9-8, hopefully 10-7, win the division, and have that 4th seed.
I agree. I think Detroit's gonna be a tough one, man. At Detroit,
it's gonna be very tough.
I think at Cleveland's gonna be tougher than people think. I mean, Cleveland don't play for much, but they play well against Pittsburgh, and they're gonna want to win that game. So that's not gonna be.
Miles Garrett always plays well at home against the Steelers up in Cleveland. He does.
And the last part is Baltimore. I mean, you got to hope Baltimore struggles one of these last games. They got some tough games coming up. So we need Baltimore to lose to Green Bay. what is Baltimore remaining schedule? I know they have Green Bay coming up. They have Pittsburgh, of course, and then their third is the Patriots. So they got
Yeah.
they got three tough ones. They got the Patriots, then the Packers, then the Steelers. So I mean, they got some tough games, man. So if the Patriots could do us a favor this Sunday night, that would go a long way.
And they will, because they lost a game they should have won against Buffalo. So they'll be prepared for Baltimore. And the best case scenario, JT, is that the Steelers will have their division wrapped up before they play Baltimore. So
that's what you want. You want to go in that last game without you want to go in that last game
to fight for the division title.
Yeah, definitely. Management. Let's see what his name is here. This is like a management guy. Management support 5650. He gets out coached in all big games. I tend to disagree with that. I tend to think that he loses. I tend to think that Tomlin loses to the games to teams that he shouldn't lose to. I think when we play the better teams, I think we play better. Being honest, we beat New England this year. We beat Baltimore. I think we lose to the team. I think he struggles to get teams up against the weaker teams like Cincinnati. We shouldn't have lost to.
Yeah, that is a history of that.
Yeah, and I think that's I get what you're saying, that maybe he gets out coached in the playoff games might be a better way to put it, because right now he's been having some rough times in the playoffs. There's no doubt the Steelers have struggled in the playoffs, but let's go back to what we started on this conversation with Philip. Aaron Rodgers, man, is bringing some fun back to me when I'm watching the Steelers play. No, he just looks like he's having fun out there, man. Like old guy slinging the ball. I mean, that pass he made to Metcalf. I mean, I'd love to know the miles per hour on that. I wish. He literally, a Dolphins player knew that ball was coming. He snuck it in there, and then Metcalf just,
that was an amazing pass, and barely got there, like you said. And then he gave the stiff arm to Minka.
Yes, he did. I'll tell you what, man.
Good old Minka.
Yeah, good old Minka, man, who hasn't really done much since the first couple seasons he was here. Thank you all you guys out there. And by the way, Terry, yeah, he did. John said Tomlinson. It was Tomlin. LaDainian would be a nice little fit for this team.
Right, my cousin John Ansberger, Tomlinson.
Yeah, he said that was his autocorrect. Yeah, here's TC. I talked about this earlier with somebody. Him standing in the backfield on the tush push or the rush push, whatever they call it. So useless but hilarious. It actually is.
I think it's entertaining.
It is, but I'll tell you what. Troy Aikman had a good point. Aikman's like, at least stand there like a shortstop in case the ball pops out. I mean, you're the last line of defense. If that ball would pop out as a fumble, you want to at least.
I would hope that they would have the reaction time to get to that ball if that were the case. But
you at least gotta look like you're there looking at it. I think half the time he's looking at the crowd, pointing fingers, and I love it though. I do. I think it's he's bringing the fun back to that offense.
He's bringing entertainment value to the game, and this guy knows what he's doing. He knows entertainment. Let's not forget he won on Jeopardy, Celebrity Jeopardy, and he hosted Jeopardy. I mean, this isn't just a Hall of Fame quarterback happening to be playing for the Steelers for one season. This guy gets it. Aaron Rodgers is a genius.
We
need to find out who his wife is.
Yeah, that's the one thing. We got. Anybody find out who his wife is? I'll get you a Sports Bible T-shirt, and don't be making it up.
I'll double up. I'll get some Clark travel gear too. So
yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it for you guys. You find out who his wife is. But I heard a great quote by Terry Bradshaw. Bradshaw said that Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback who could have played in any decade. Yeah. The 40s, the 50s. When Bradshaw played, he said, and he would have been the best player on the field. That's what Bradshaw said. That's a great compliment to a guy. And it's crazy because he doesn't have, Josh Allen type size, but he just does everything he needs to, man. I'll tell you what. I just got a
text from my cousin. Management support 5650 is my cousin Mike Ansenberger.
Oh, sweet. All right. Look, he looked you look very official with that name. I thought maybe I was getting somebody from StreamYard on here or something. I like it
He's
though.
an engineer IT guy, so
We might have to give TC a shirt for his answer because he said Mante Teo's ex-girlfriend married Rogers.
you
Which,
know what? He might be on to something.
at that point, what could we do there? We got a lot of people going. I like it. It means people are on here. It helps us out a little bit too. If the Steelers win in Detroit, they will win out. Something feels different about the fire, after the fire Tomlin game. And Kevin, I sort of agree with that. I think Detroit's definitely the hardest of the 3 games. I think Detroit needs to win because Detroit's sort of they're 8-6, but they're not going to win their division most likely, and they're hanging on for that that wild card. There's a lot of 7-7, so they can't afford to go to 8-7. So I can see Dan Campbell having them ready to go.
Well, he makes a good point though, because you have to remember, JT, after that game, the Steelers were demoralized. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. They were not demoralized for just one game. They were demoralized an entire week after the game. Okay, when you got former players ripping the team apart, ripping the effort apart, ripping Tomlin apart.
Mm-hmm.
When the fans are booing Renegade.
Yeah, that's when you know you're hitting rock bottom.
I seriously hope that they are using that particular game, that particular night, as their motivation, as they have played the last 2 weeks, to continue this really good play and not to have their heads up their butts half the game.
Well, hopefully they remember that game too, because there's a really good chance Buffalo's that team. Them and the Chargers seem like they're going to be that team that plays the 4th seed, which chances are the winner of the AFC North will be the worst division winner. So
yeah, they'll be the 4th seed. Yeah.
So you got to worry about playing either one of them two. Rodgers did play in the 70s. It seemed like he did, but not quite, because that was you had another old man that was playing before that named Brett Favre, and he didn't even play in the 70s. That's how the Packers quarterbacks are sort of like the Steelers coaches. They don't have many of them.
Unless he's talking about Fred Rogers, because that's
that's true too. Fred Rogers. Oh, here we go. What's this?
It's my buddy Tom up in Ontario.
He's holding his wife up in Canada. Yeah, I like Canadian Steeler Nation. I gotta love it, man. Canadian.
Tom, thanks for logging in, brother.
What's the temperature up there, Tom? Give me your temperature. Let's see if you beat Pittsburgh. We were 28 today, so not a horrible. Today was actually a balmy day compared to yesterday.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll type it in.
We got lucky. We got lucky beating the Ravens. We beat a Dolphins team that all want to see isn't that good, and suddenly the fans think they will run the table. Let's see them beat a good Bills team or Texans, and that we can talk about. Miami was a hot team. I ain't saying Miami was a good team, but Miami was hot, man. They won 4 out of 5 coming into this game. It was a bad location for them. I think the weather.
They played in pretty comfortable temperatures. They don't play good football at all whenever it's below 40 degrees.
I wouldn't say we got lucky beating the Ravens. I mean, I know likely dropped it. But I mean, how many times have we seen the Steelers lose games like that?
Jesse James, 2017.
I don't think the Steelers will run the table. I really don't. I think that they're playing better football. I do think Detroit will be a if I was a betting man, I would take Detroit with the money line. I would just say Detroit's going to win that game outright, no matter what the spread is. But I think they're playing better football. I'm not going to go across what I said a couple of weeks ago, because this team is so. And me and you talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Inconsistency, man. You got to show. All right, it's 2 weeks in a row now. All right, go into Detroit and beat Detroit. If you start showing consistency down the stretch, the Steelers aren't a team you want to play. I can agree with that. You can agree with that, right? The Steelers.
I agree with you about being consistent, JT. There's no question about that. You're dead on. If the Steelers can protect Aaron Rodgers and he gets time to throw the ball and he throws to his tight ends in the middle of the field and then gets a deep ball or two to Metcalf, and then they mix up the running game with both Warren and Gainwell, because Jalen Warren played sick last night, remember? And he still played half decent, knowing that he was questionable because of an illness. But barring any other illnesses or whatever, there's bad flu bug going around. They get up to Detroit and everyone's healthy. They'll give them a game. They're not going to get blown out. Okay. They will give them a game. James Pierre should be back on the field, hopefully by then. And I just see that could be like a 3-point, win or loss for the Steelers.
And let's be honest, Detroit is a game that Tomlin wins, and then he'll go into Cleveland the week after and we'll lose. That's just the way. If you're a Steeler fan, you've seen this all the time where the Steelers beat a team, you're like, oh my gosh. And then, boom, they lose to the Jets or they lose
if the Ravens lose and the Steelers win next weekend, I mean, it's all but the Steelers division, So they go up to Cleveland, you still want to win. And I'm just about the Steelers just sealing up this division as fast as possible at this point, which they should have won by now.
Calling the Texans good is a bit of a stretch. Their offensive line is terrible. The offense is hit and miss. The defense has been carrying them. I agree with the defense part. I think CJ Stroud's starting to come around a little bit, but you're right. The offensive line there is terrible. Let's put it this way: the AFC is wide open. I think Denver might be one of the worst.
Number one seed.
They might be one of the worst 12-2 teams I remember, and maybe since some Steeler teams that went 10-0 and then blew up after they went 10-0 a couple of years ago. But I don't think they're that good. The Broncos. I think nobody in the AFC is that good. You don't have a powerhouse Chiefs team like we're used to, a powerhouse Ravens team like we're used to. If there is a season where a goofy team could come through the AFC that you might not have expected, it could be like a Steelers. And then TC has a good point. Don't sleep on Jacksonville.
I was just going to say that.
Playing some great football right now.
Yeah, they are. They're really gelling. They're really gelling. And keep in mind, these teams, like your Texans and your Jaguars, they're in the weakest division in the AFC, in my opinion, because you got the Titans. Well, no, they got the Colts, but it's an average division. It's not. This whole season's been average for everybody. Let's just cut to the chase, except for the Rams. The Rams are on fire. Denver has only 2 losses, but outside of those 2 teams, who's ripping it apart? Name one other team that's totally ripping it apart.
I really don't feel. I'm not afraid of Bo Nix. I'm not putting Bo Nix down.
No.
I'm just saying I'm not afraid of Bo Nix. I think if Pittsburgh goes into Denver, I'd have no problem seeing the Steelers playing them. Helmet to helmet. I don't think I'd be a big loss or a game that we get blown out. The only team I think we'd have to prove that we can match up against. And I know you said we should have beat them, but I think the Chargers really took it to us, man. Like I'm physically, Jim Harbaugh had our number, man. Like they're a physical team on both sides of the ball. They live by that, which the Steelers do, and they beat the Steelers at their own game. So
yeah, it's the Chargers are beatable. They're beatable.
I agree. I mean, we beat the Patriots, so I think the Patriots are a better team than the Chargers. I put it. I mean, I think on paper, the Patriots might be the best team in the AFC. From what I've seen, even though they lost to Buffalo this past weekend, they had them beat. They to me, they're the best team in the AFC right now. They're the hottest team. I think they got a little bit of offense. They got the defense. Mark says Detroit will beat them. The Ravens will beat us, and we will hear the Tomlin chants again. I don't know, man. Mark, you know my feeling on this. I know the last 2 weeks we looked good. I still don't believe, but I do think they might have changed. I think they turned a little page with their offense. I think the offense looks like a different. It looks like a different offense now. I mean, they actually move the ball. They throw the ball down the field. They're still not throwing deep, but they're still making plays though. Now they're making. I don't know. I think this. I don't think that you're going to see the Tomlin chance again, unless they lose in the first. Maybe that first playoff game at home. If we lose like 30-0, you might hear it. But
sometimes it takes beating 2 weaker teams to get that confidence, to get rolling. Look at how Rodgers has been playing the last 2 weeks. His numbers have been incredible. He's not throwing for 40. He's not throwing 40 attempts or anything like that. But his passer ratings have been 113, now 120 something yesterday, and he's getting warmed up. And the Steelers, and I'm not trying to sound like a fanboy, I'm not trying to be biased, but okay, 20 degrees. He's giving us the Fahrenheit up there. They go by Celsius. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, colder than it was here today, so I'll give you that. We were colder than you yesterday, though. I think we had a high of what was it yesterday? 12, 14, 15. I forget what it was, but it was cold in the morning. I know that, real cold.
The Bills could easily choke. Okay, they could. If they happen to play the Bills in the playoffs, we got to hope that James Cook is going to be off his game that day, which I know he's not going to be. But the Steelers just have to show up on defense against the run. And, you know, they got a chain last night pretty good. I mean, I was expecting him to run for 100 yards plus. He only had, 60 yards on the ground?
Yeah, he had a couple big runs, like bigger runs at the beginning of the game. I thought for sure he was going to run for over 100.
But they ended up taming him. They ended up, you know, containing him. They ended up just stopping the run the way they should. Yeah, John is across Lake Ontario from Tom. So
yeah, these guys are cold, man. We're all cold, man. This eastern part of the United States and Canada right now are just
upstate New York and Ontario representing.
Cold. I like it.
I do too.
So go into Detroit this week. I mean, I guess the main thing you want right now, you want to hope Baltimore loses. You want to hope we play well in Detroit. If we don't win, you got to just make sure though we come back. You got to win 2. I said in my article today, you got to win 2 out of 3 to be safe. And one of the 2 should be against Baltimore if you want to be real safe. So if you beat Baltimore and Cleveland, we're in. There's no doubt about it. If you beat Detroit and Cleveland, but Baltimore runs the table and beats us, then it's not good. So no matter what, you want to win 2 out of 3. You want Baltimore to be one of the 2, of course. And that's our last home game. So, but the thing with Baltimore is we seem to split with them. It's usually a split, and we already won the first one, so that worries me a little bit there. But like I said, man, be happy, Steeler fans. Mark, stop being so negative, man. 2 games in a row we just won. I'm not saying Miami's a great team, a good team, but they're a team that was fighting for a playoff spot. They needed this game, and we went in there, and Miami came out. You have to admit, Miami came out hitting hard. Don't you agree, Philip? They were hit the first couple of times we got the ball. I'm like, man, is Miami hit? Chop Robinson knocked the guy down. Jalen Warren got thrown for. I'm like, man, this team's Miami came to play.
They're physical. They're NFL team. They have a couple guys going to be physical and got some good hits in, man. I'm going to say this right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat the Detroit Lions.
All right,
I'm telling you right now,
first, man.
I'll take all blame if they lose. I'm not jinxing them because if I can jinx anybody, I would have it. I would have it copyrighted, and I'd be the richest person on this planet.
Oh, you would. You'd have teams calling you all the time to.
Oh yeah, and you can imagine what my rate would be. But anyway, I'm telling you right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go into Detroit, and they're going to beat them by 3.
Hey, if you're right, man, I'll give you all the credit. I like Detroit's boat. I can't believe that they're only 8-6 this year. They have a tough. I mean, I see like every week they have somebody. They're playing somebody tough. Here we go. I knew he had to throw this out there. Oh wait, no. Don't tell me how to feel. That's PJ. All right, PJ. I didn't mean to click on that. PJ is a definite Tomlin guy that wants Tomlin out of here. Hopefully Tomlin can win a couple here. But PJ, you've been reading my articles. I agree. This is a make or break year for Tomlin in my mind. I just think 9-8 is 9-8. They ain't gonna get it done if they don't win a playoff game or 2 this year. And I know we had Chris on, who's from the Vanderbilt area, which is what, Alabama, that area. And he doesn't get it. People outside of Pittsburgh don't get it. That why are we down on a coach? But I get it. 9-8 is 9-8. Mark wanted me to say it's 6-7. They were 6-7.
I'm not doing that. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
They were 6-7. Now they're 6-8. Mark.
Okay, one more question. I'm going to ask you. I'm sorry. You're the host. I shouldn't be asking the questions.
No, go ahead, man.
What does Tomlin do after the season's over? No matter what happens, is he coming back or is he gone?
He's coming back. He's got a year in his contract.
But
The big question, the
he
biggest
can.
question is going to be though, are they going to extend him? They always extend him, and they got till March. I want to say March 1st. I think is the date. They have to extend him by for 2027 or 2028, whatever it is. But I think Tomlin comes back. I think if Rooney and Tomlin would sit down and just agree on a mutual breakup, that could happen. But I don't think Tomlin walks away on his own. I don't think Rooney.
You don't think?
I don't think. I really don't. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, you're 100% right. Derek Carmen, he needs to come back. His knee needs to get better.
Yeah, that guy's a beast, man. Like he
Yes, he
honestly. Will the Steelers try to make an offer to keep him if he were offered another job such as the Titans?
He wouldn't go to Tennessee. No. If he leaves the Steelers and stays in the NFL, he's either going to Washington or New York to coach the Giants.
Depending on the money, though. I mean, the Titans throw out a shit ton of money. They got a young quarterback.
Building a new stadium down there too. So,
but I don't think that's a really good question because personally I would say I hope they wouldn't. I hope they would let him go because it hasn't worked here now for close to 10 years. Even getting a playoff win. I'm not even saying it's working like Super Bowl wise. But you never know with Rooney, man. The new Rooney is a different breed of Rooney's. He doesn't go by the Rooney playbook. Put it that way. I mean, he does with keeping a coach on board, but I don't know if Art Senior would deal with this. Like you know, I mean, it's a little different with Chuck Noll, man. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of rumors there, Chris, too. I'm hearing that Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame is a Giants target. I'm hearing Freeman's name a bunch of places.
I'll tell you what, I would love to have Marcus Freeman here in Pittsburgh. I would sign him in a heartbeat. I really would. And
I don't think the Roonies will go. I don't think the Roonies will go with a young guy to like a young. They go with these young, unproven. Think about the last two hirings we had. We literally had Bill Cowher, who was a nobody. Nobody knew who he was.
Defensive coordinator.
Yeah, and then we had a defensive back secondary coach, which was Mike Tomlin, who nobody really knew about. Steelers don't make splashes, man. They just don't. I mean, maybe it changes. Maybe this Rooney will be different in that respect. But I mean, I know we could talk about coaching all night, but I want to thank everybody. That's all right. I want to thank everybody for plugging in. But don't forget too, with everybody's cold weather out there, here in Pittsburgh, we have First Dew Plumbing. You have frozen pipes, and I always worry about that this time of year, especially when you go real cold. We're gonna be 51 on Thursday, so you guys out there that we just said it's gonna be 51 Thursday and rain all day. So that's Pittsburgh for you. We can go from 0 to 50 in 3 days, if sometimes faster than that. So you don't want your pipes to get all screwed up, and you want to take care of that. Your toilets, your sinks. Call First Dew Plumbing. They'll come out. They'll help you guys. They just got an award on Google, one of the best plumbing companies in Pittsburgh. So don't let your stuff go bad, especially during the holidays. I mean, you don't want people coming over your house and your toilets your toilet's backed up or whatever. So call First Dew Plumbing. We're gonna let Chris have the last one of the night. All right, Jeremiah Love just declared for the NFL draft. He should go. He could go anywhere from the top. I don't think he's going to go top 5 because running backs don't do that anymore. But, Chris, I'm going to bring this up to you. If Tennessee gets the first pick, you got to keep Cam Ward. You can't give up on Cam Ward yet. There's not a quarterback worth taking first. Do you trade back and hopefully get like an 8 to 10 pick and you take Jeremiah Love? That's what I would do if I was Tennessee. You get your running back. He said he wants a Maud Hardy from Missouri. But we'll get into that's a whole different show. That's a whole different show from a different day. We'll get in our draft stuff.
This is a good point. Let me just say real quick, tying back into if Tomlin were to go to Tennessee, he's got Cam Ward. they could take a Jeremiah Love or someone and really get like a whole new, offensive system going.
That's what you got to do. I mean, you can't give up on. I don't think you can give on. I don't think Cam Ward.
Don't give up on Cam Ward. No,
he's not playing great by no means. But you've seen what happened with the Sam Darnolds and the Daniel Joneses. You got to give these guys a little bit more.
They need better coaching. They need better coaching. When they get better coaching, better coordinators, better systems that work for them, that's how they succeed. Any coordinator or quarterback coach says you're going to do it my way, you shouldn't be coaching in the NFL. You need to curtail to how the players' talent and how good they are. Like play to their pluses.
I agree. I definitely agree. And guys, so don't forget Thursday, April 23rd. Sports Bible is going to have a big 2026 NFL draft party at Lucky 13s here in Baldwin. Tickets are $40. You're going to get your money back basically instantly with the swag bag that you get when you walk in. Plus, you have a chance to win some autographed helmets, jerseys. It's going to be it's going to be a 75-person private party. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great time. Great sports night, great football night. I can't wait to do it. So we'll get that going here, and you'll hear more about it as we get closer. Of course, we're still a little bit away, but I want to thank, man, we had the best. I'll tell you what, we're having one of our better shows. We have about 15, 16 people talking, and we have another 50, 60 on watching in. So thank you guys. As the season gets closer, man, come on, jump on, talk about the Steelers. You want to talk about your team? That's fine as well. We'll talk NFL football with you, me and Philip. And also tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Draft Storm, which is my college football bull thing and playoff. We're having a big round table. Chris, who was just on here, Terry. There's going to be 6 of us on there. Tomorrow night, just talk about the playoffs. Who we think is
what time tomorrow night?
7 o'clock will be the playoff show. 8:30 will be the fantasy football show with the Rock and Renegades. So
nice.
Chris, I'll see you tomorrow night. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow night. Guys, thank you so much. That was a great show. I love you guys. First Do Plumbing. If you need any plumbing stuff, guys, Sports Bible, hit that like button. Smash it like Chris says. Talk to you guys later.
Subscribe.